G'day, how you going? I'm Muminak, your acrylic guru. I'm having my morning coffee. It's a beautiful day and I'm going to go into the studio and get set up so as we can start putting a tutorial together right inside there, all right? So let's go. Okay, welcome into the studio. Now, like I said, I'm Muminak, your acrylic guru from Australia, and I want to show you a beautiful pumpkin painting today. And I want to give a big shout out thank you to Muminak Gunduz. Thank you very much for the inspiring picture I'm using in this tutorial today. And I'm going to show you what I've got on the screen here. And I want to bring you over here and show you how I've laid it out. So here's the pumpkin I found on a free website called FreePick. And I've got this in my traceables. You can use this actual image as the traceable, which I've printed out. And what I've gone and done, I've just simply turned it back to front. I put it against a window so I can see the lines behind. And I got a lead pencil and scribbled on all the lines. Then I simply place that over my canvas. I used a red pen and I trace the image onto my canvas where I want it to go. And once I have the image on my canvas, I just quickly, where some of the lines weren't quite done, where I feel I needed them, I just went with a pencil and just corrected them. So I've left with this. Now what we're going to do, a bit of fun in this tutorial today, we're going to do the background first, but we've got to paint around this guy here because we want him on top. And I was thinking, what kind of background can we have? So I'm just going to have a black background, but with some nice misty type clouds and a bit of a moon there, sort of Halloween vibe. Now down here I've just got black and I've got some retarder. So what I want to do is get the black mixed with the retarder. Okay, now what I want to do, I've got a smaller brush because I need to paint around my object there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not worried if I lose too much of my edge line there, but I don't want to lose. Just come to the edge of my image here like so. That's it. And then just get all this blocked in. Now see how you can see through this black paint? You don't want that. You want it to be a lot more solid than that. What I'd done wrong there, and hopefully you don't do the same, I used a craft paint there, and now I'm using a better quality, artist quality black paint mixed with the retarder. Now look how dark this is here compared to there. Beautiful mistake, something you don't want to come across yourself. So I'm using good quality paint. I'll get all this matte back in because I need this retarded and wet enough so I can get my clouds on there. Look at this paint, it's covering beautifully. That craft paint was just too weak and nasty. Okay, I've got my pouncer and I want to pick up some white just to get the moon size. I want a moon about this round on there. And I want my moon about here. So I'm just going to put that on and give it a bit of a twist. There we go. Up to you how detailed you do this moon. Now I'm just getting a manipulating brush, just a brush to manipulate that just the way I want. I want it about there like that. I'm just getting rid of the pouncer markings. And what I might do is turn this brush over, because see that's all grey there. Just pick up some white and maybe give our moon some highlighted white. Okay, I'll leave that alone. Now I want to grab my titanium white on a fan brush here and just scoop some clouds around that moon and on the other side. I'll do the other side first because that way I'm not near the moon and I don't want to bugger up. We're just going to flip it around here like so, and maybe something here. Grab yourself a blending brush and a cloth to wipe the blending. Get these nice and mystified. So I want to add turmoil with this. What I mean by turmoil is when I'm twisting it, wipe that up, is just creating the lighter and darker values of the white. And this way I'll know where I can come to with my moon. I want to keep that inside edge a bit brighter. And just twist this around like so. I'm just grabbing some more white because I want to get these pillowy. So I'm just going to stamp them on the pillowy vibe that I want, like so. Get that back there, and maybe something just a bit more here. Blend this back. Blend that down there. And just get that the way you want it. And now I know how I can go around me moon. Just pillow around here and down. So I want to stamp that on like so. Pick up some more without it going grey. And then like that. That'll do. Leave the inside face in the moon a bit bright and then just blend this side back. What I did to the other one, but my camera was off when I thought it was on. It happens a lot with me. I've got to really take the time to double check it. I'm only a one-man band here, so forgive me if I make mistakes. I'm only human. Now I'm looking at it, I just want a bit of brightness there and maybe a bit more back here, adding a bit of yumminess, so to speak, filtering down. Let's see if I can get a bit of yumminess there, and maybe there. That'll do. And I just want to blend all that back down into the black paint there. So I'll leave that vibrancy there. Now this is acrylic. I only paint in acrylic. And this can just fade down to nothing into that blackness. Get that up there a bit. There we go. I'm just looking, I'll use my finger. I could see something's amiss up here, so I'm going to have to just dribble some cloud up there because it's just looking a bit amiss, a bit wrong, just the vibe of it I feel. So I'm just going to add that extra there. Okay, now I'm grabbing the black paint and just blocking the rest of the background in. I'm grabbing some titanium white just on a little detail brush, and I'll probably let's try up here first, just get the odd little star happening around the moon there. Different sizes. Okay, I've thought about it. I'm just going to probably put some more mist around the edge, coming from the edge into the painting like so, just any old way, just get it on there, leaving around the actual pumpkin. I want to leave that pure white, if anything, I mean pure black, so as the orange is going to stand out against the background. So I thought I'll just do that. It just seems more, probably look a little bit more artistically viable when it's done. So I just want to twist that out into there, all this mist. Wipe my brush. I'm just blending it the way I normally do. Start from here. Now you can trace your traceable on there with carbon paper or the way I did with pencil. I do it with pencil because not everyone has carbon paper and everyone has a pencil and a window. Okay, now down here I've got Australian sienna and I've got cadmium yellow medium, and I'm mixing a mid-value, sort of like an orange, a pumpkin-y orangey colour. Now my pencil lines, I want to be able to see. I'm going to block this in with this colour first, and with a bit of luck, yes I can, I will be able to see my pencil lines. So we just need one coat first. Watch the video, watch it a couple of times just to get the gist of what you need to do for this character. It's exciting, it's fun, it's easy to do. Don't feel intimidated that you can't do it, because you can do it. You just need to know what to do, and when you know what to do, you can do it. There we go. I just want to be able to see my lines there. Okay, I've got some burnt sienna and I'm starting to mix that with the Australian sienna now, just to get a darker vibe. And where your lines are, you want to start drawing in. Just get the depth of them. Look at your reference if you need to, and work out where they stop and flick off. And we're just simply going to do this, just getting all our internal lines mapped in with this. Because what I like to do with my images like this, as it's drying, I don't like lines there, but some people don't mind it. I like to, if anything, you can scrumble them back into the actual colour, and I'm backwards and forwards with the dark and lights, but you don't have to do that. And see all these lines here? We're just getting the darker ones in. For his frown mark, just like that. These darker values coming into play. Make sure you chisel your brush every time you reload it. And we're just going to build up the darker and the lighters. Now all these lines, see all these, we're just pretty much getting them with this coat first. They're going to gradually get darker and darker. Now we've done I've just found another flat angled brush. I find it a bit easier again. We've done all our dark lines where we need them. Don't worry about the eyes and the mouth just yet. They're going to come into play at the very end and cut things back, okay? So now I want to get this first colour again, because see, that's looking a bit pasty, but we've got our lines there now. And don't worry about the stalk, because that's a totally different colour. So I'm grabbing the Australian sienna again and the cadmium yellow medium to get that medium value of orange again. Now what I'm going to do, watch this. I'm going to explain it in layman's terms. What's going on in my mind? I put this colour on and I've lined in the dark bits there. They're on there. Now they're on there. See my two hands? They're there. What we got to do is we got to merge them so they look real smooth. So what I'm going to do now is pick up the first colour again, and it takes a bit of time, but watch this. This is really going to be coloured now. It's not going to be dark. I mean see-through-y. And what we're going to do is leave our dark lines there, grabbing this, and we're simply going to block it in some more to your dark lines there. Don't worry if you go over your dark lines a little bit. Watch this. This is a good thing about oil artists when they can do portraits. See how that's wet up there? Now, and also I've got a bit of black there I've got to have to dry and block in later at the end. We're simply giving this another coat. Just go to your dark bits there. I've just picked up the dark colour. Now watch this edge. That's still a bit rubbery and damp. Watch this. You get that on there nice to the edge, and then you can merge it together. And you can pick up the lighter colour if you feel you've got to add that back into the darker side. And what I'm pretty much doing, instead of having a line on the edge of my image, because I don't like lines, but sometimes they can be okay, but really I don't, I just bring it back into the colour. Get a lot of it off your brush when you're doing that bit, and you'll see how you're just getting a softer edge, a more dimensional edge. It doesn't look flat, it looks like it's curving around. Down here. And don't worry, like, fair enough, I lost a lot of the light. I can just come back with the light and put it back like so. I've got the light again, just to show you, just in there. And just taper it. Get it off your brush when you're tapering it in. And all you're doing is scrumbling the two together. And you've taken that line off the edge of your image, and it's just making it look more round. So I'm pretty much going to put all my lighter colours back. See, so I'm leaving all the darks there, and I'm just painting in the light again.
He's a bit of an angry looking Halloween guy, isn't he, eh?
Now I'm going to pick up the dark colour just to get some of this back. So I've looked at the reference, and that is solid all there, and I'll just kind of blur him around this side here. Blur him there. And this here. Blur him to there. Now, if anything, this is fading to the top side of that line by looking at the reference picture. Pull some of that down there, get it all dark in there, just to create his frown. Now I've just second coated all this. Now I'm grabbing this one again and going to merge him in. Looking at the reference, it's mainly on the right side of this line, this shading bit. And take your time to shade like this. It's fun, it's exciting, it changes your work, and you'll be very happy and excited that you learned how to do it, because it's not that hard, and it just adds more, I reckon, lusciousness to your work. Coming down here. Where are we? Down here. Just letting it merge into that yellow. Look at that. I'll call the lighter bit the yellow, I suppose. But see, I'm just merging that into this colour here, bringing it over till it's fading away. Look at that. Just getting more darker aspects coming from the guts of the corner of his mouth there, fading into that yellow, because I want it a bit darker under there. I'm just finishing off this side with the second light coat of the lighter colour, orange. And like I did there, I want to grab that colour and start getting this smeared in as well. Looking at the reference, working out what side of the line is the smear on. So this side here, it's onto the right side as well. And merge that into there. And look how round it looks. It doesn't look flat. It gives it dimension. Sometimes my camera's on an angle and things look distorted. I've noticed that when I'm editing. So I'm going to try and give you a bit more of a front-on view every now and then. Where's this? This is quite dark. all the way in this crevice here. Dark in there, and then start scrumbling that up. Getting the tops of his eyebrows smeared upwards. Getting this smeared upwards. Getting that crested in there and pulling that around in that manner. Now I feel I put too much dark there, but I'm not worried about that because I want to show you what you can do when you do something. Look at it, it looks pooey. We'll fix that pooey bit up. Okay, I'm going to grab just a little bit of black and the raw sienna. Now that's too black, don't want it that dark. I'll come over here again and mix a lot more of that. Because the raw sienna I feel on its own is a bit too powdery, so getting a bit of the black in there is just going to add some depth. And what I want to do before I highlight it now is simply grab this colour. I'm looking at the reference and I'm working out where the dark bits are. So there's a nice dark bit coming there and just gracefully tearing down a bit. And quite deep in that line. So let me get this there. And then this is going to define the real dark bits. You can do all black lines here if you want, but like I said, I don't like doing lines. Just want to get all this darkness filtered out from here. Just crisping there. And pretty much leave a gap and then come down a bit more there, up from about there. I'm grabbing the pure black and I want to do the eyes, so they're going to come right around here. Now what I want you to try and do here is merge this black. See this bit here? You can do it. Watch how I do it. I want to bring this around. I'm looking at the reference to see the vibe of it all. I've got to it there. Get all those canvas teeth blocked in. Now some of this black, these black lines, that dark line you put there, it just cuts that in as well, making that a bit sharper. Look at that. Around there. Wipe your brush and just tease that back into that colour there. There, just like that, not too much. And we're going to do that with the eyeball as well. Now I'm going to block in the mouth. See all his teeth there? I've got all his teeth. I want to go around his teeth. And I'm just simply going to block in his mouth. And these corner bits here, I'm going to just show you with this one. After I get his teeth blocked in. Get it to there, to that paint there. And you're just simply going to do the same like you did on the eye. Just kind of pull it down into that, you know, the very dark colour you put there. So like this one, for instance. Can even have some black here if you want, just as an example to show you. Let me block this in, and I'll do the same to this eye, what I did there. Now I'm just detailing all around his nose. Just the darkest coming out from here, just like that. Just adds depth when you get these cracking dark spots right in those bright areas. And I'd like to get all this. I'm going to use my Posca pen because I need these to be dark there, just like that. Grab yourself some pens, that way if you need to do fine dark lines like I'm doing right now, you got no problem. You just got more control over your work. And it's not cheating, because there never was a rule book saying you need to paint a painting like this if you're going to do a painting. I'm grabbing some white and I want to get his eye. I'm going to put his eyeballs in freehand. I'm going to go over them, but I want to get all this now right in there, nice and white. I even got to use my paint pen for this. And see where it's meeting the black? I want to get it to the black. Okay, just like this. I'll go over that there. And I'm looking at the reference and I can see how it's kind of faded there. Just like that. Give it a round. There we go. And I'm going to tell you something right now, and I'm going to tell it to you for nothing. The best thing you can do to an eyeball is, once you've got the eye in there, the iris and the pupil, you give it a bit of a shadow from the eyelid, and it just helps so much. Before I do the teeth, I just want a resemblance of the gum. So where I've traced the lines I could see, because I want to do this first so as I can sit the teeth on top of the gums, okay. Didn't know pumpkins had gums, but this one does. Now about those eyes, giving them the shadow, I've mixed up some grey just to go from about here over the white. Just get the shadow going over the eye there, like so. And you can see within the reference picture just how much bang for your buck you get with this shadow. I'll put that black back with my paint pen. I just want to get this around there. There we go. Just grabbing my paint pen, fixing up some of that shadow, because down here came a bit too much. And now I want to flock in his teeth. And with this pen, I can get them as sharp as I want. And I'm going to analyse it after I do these teeth, because I'm just looking, and there's some bits that just need fixing up with the black. I'll get his pupil in there. And he's got another ring around his eye here. About here. There we go. A bit of a white shiny glare in this eyeball there. And there's not one in that one, but I'm going to put one there. Just make it look alive. Okay, down here I've got some antique green. If you don't have antique green, just get some grey and one of your greens and mix together. Any colour you want your stalk on your pumpkin to be. I'm simply going to block it in with this colour. And then I'll make it a bit darker and highlighter. So at the moment it's going to be blocked in and it's going to look flat, which is fine, but I want you to see how the shape and dimension comes to life. Okay, I've dried that. I'm just pulling some of that to the side, enough of it, and I'm just going to add the bit of black to there. Where's the black? Here we go. Just to get a darker vibe of that. Now I'm just looking at the reference and I'm just simply going to scratch this in just to give it some shape. So we've pretty much got here, where are we, about there, and it's get that right to the edge, and it's coming up to about here. So you can do this freehand, it's pretty easy, and just sort of scallop that around just like that to about there. Just tracing around. Okay, and we got some bits coming off here. Just grabbing the green again and some white. And where's the highlights on the picture? There they are there. So pretty much from about here just to that dark shadow there. Other side of it, boom, somewhere there. Sort through these highlights will just go on pretty simple when you put them on. Once you put them on, don't feel scared. And just the slightest coming down there. This colour we had here, I've just added some white to it, and I simply just want to add little bits of highlight here and there. Just looking at the reference, seeing roughly where the light's hitting it, just down here, creating the shapes of the angles, down into the dark there, a little bit right on the edge here. Whoa, 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 my hand's shaking. And some just in there. Bit up here. Bit up here. See, this just brings it to life. Bits in there. That's it. I'm just going to sign this and then we'll reveal it and whack a frame on it. And I want to thank everybody who watches my videos to the end and who supports me as being a patron and a channel member. Hit the join tab to be a channel member and hit the Patreon link in the description box below. There we go, that's not too bad, is it? A beautiful Halloween pumpkin, angry pumpkin. And I know you can do it. Well, that was bright, fun and exciting. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you tell your friends, but if you don't, you tell everybody. Also have a look at this other video of mine. Goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.